attitude, positivity, and code switching, a la Shmup. Jerry Jekyll is, something of a mad scientist. He doesn't experiment with dangerous chemicals and he doesn't try to reanimate dead tissue. But he is working on a bit of a scientific experiment, albeit an unintentional one. You see, Jerry is two different people. At school, he's a real go-getter. Upbeat McGee, always the first to raise his hand when a question is asked. Team leader whenever his classmates are separated into groups, a real teacher's pet. But when the bell rings and he goes home, he becomes someone else. For some reason, Jerry doesn't have any interest in showing that same enthusiasm and dedication to his parents. If asked to do a chore, he mumbles and grumbles and tries to come up with some excuse, like he didn't get a lot of sleep last night, or his hand's broken, or the sun is in the 10th degree of Taurus. He also doesn't talk to them about his various successes and failures during the day. To him, what happens at school stays at school. The thing is, as wonderful as it is that Jerry is a positive person when around his teachers and classmates, well, he may have to learn the hard way that it's critical to maintain a positive attitude in all avenues of life. His approach to his studies may result in some killer grades, teacher recommendations, and acceptance into the college of his dreams, but that stuff isn't all there is to life. Your family, as much as it might get under your skin from time to time, is important. Jerry has yet to learn that no one else he encounters in his life will love him as much or as unconditionally. No one else will be there for him from the time he's in diapers to the time he's, back in diapers. And he can learn just as much from his parents as he can from his teachers and their textbooks. You know, all the stuff about how to be a good moral person, about how to exist in the real world with all the inevitable responsibilities, about how to forge relationships and build bonds with their future significant others, all that stuff. Well, if you cut your family off the pass, well, you'll have a much harder time with all that business. Fortunately, it turns out that Jerry's experiment is just a phase. As he gets a little older, his parents gradually seem a little less embarrassing, even when his dad decides to dress up for Halloween. As he starts to think a bit more about all the stuff they don't cover much in school, he realizes their wisdom and life experience might actually come in handy when it comes to stuff like understanding taxes, knowing how and where to invest, how to haggle over the price of a car, how to act on a first, second, and third date, if he ever gets that far. So he missed out on a couple of years there, good old solid parental guidance, but better late than never. Now if Jerry could just fix his posture.